Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spine Ticks After Party. Got some great stuff to share with you tonight. I had 9 TTM returns, although 2 of them were a fail. I'll be showing a great set from the 1930s, the 1939 Film and Stage Beauty set. I'll be showing another 50 cards from the 1977-78 Topps Hockey set. And I'll also be showing the last 4 amazing cards that I purchased from Canada 383. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the TTMs, and we'll start with the 2 fails. So this first one comes from Phoenix, Arizona, Football Hall of Famer. Initials are RW, and unfortunately, this individual charges. This is Hall of Famer Roger Worley, and he's got this price list right here. Football cards are $10 each. I sent 3 cards, no money. I got the 1976 right here, 1974, and the 1972. So unfortunately, didn't get it this time. I'll have to send it back out with some money, and hopefully we can get these signed in the future. A little bit disappointed though. Now this next one, this one's a NASCAR legend, racing legend. This comes from Columbia, South Carolina, and the initials are CY. And the note came back along with the cards. Let me get the cards out of here. He did not answer any questions, did not sign the cards, did not give me a note or anything. But this is from Cale Yarborough. Sent him a 91 Max, and I'm not sure what year this came out. 2008 Press Pass. This one was numbered out of 560, 471 of 560. But I did see on Sports Card Forum that somebody received a fail on May 10th, and there was a note in it from Yarborough's son saying that he was ill and he was no longer signing. So I hope that Mr. Yarborough gets well soon, and that's totally understandable. I did receive a TTM back on a couple index cards last year, and very grateful to get that. But yeah, sadly, Mr. Yarborough's not doing too well. So, all right. So this next one is sort of a continuation from one that I received last week. I got a couple index cards signed by the Commissioner of Baseball, Rob Manfred. And in my letter, I requested an autographed baseball. There have been several people that have been doing that and receiving autographed baseballs. And I wondered in last week's video if I was going to get the autographed baseball. But I sure did. Came in the mail. Actually came in the mail on Saturday after I had recorded the video. But yeah. Signed on the sweet spot, Robert D. Manfred Jr. And official Major League Baseball. Rob Manfred, Commissioner. This is really cool to get. Very happy to get this. I'm going to have to get a ball cube for this. But very, very excited to get that. Thank you so much, Mr. Manfred. I think it's awesome that you do this for the fans. All right. So this next one comes from Santa Ana, California. Initials are BV. And the note didn't come back. But this is from Bobby Valentine, former player and manager. He spent a little bit of time managing in Japan as well. He might be mostly known for getting ejected from a game with the New York Mets and coming back in the dugout with this cheesy disguise with a mustache and some glasses. But yeah, I was a big fan of his when he was the manager of the Texas Rangers. In fact, I remember going to a card show. I think it was probably 1988 with a friend of mine. And afterwards, we went to Bobby Valentine's restaurant. And I remember heading towards the bathroom, and I actually saw him talking to one of the cooks. And so I thought that was really cool. I actually wanted to ask for his autograph then, but I didn't. I didn't have any of his cards on me. So very happy to get a couple Bobby Valentine autographs. This is the 1987 Topps. And I sent him a couple 1988s, but he didn't sign this one. He signed this one. So very happy to get these back. Let me go ahead and show you the backs. Certainly a great manager. I don't have any of his playing days cards. I'd like to pick some up in the future, maybe send those out to him at some point. But very happy to get these as the manager of the Texas Rangers. Really cool. So thank you so much, Mr. Valentine. Really appreciate this. All right, this next one comes from North Texas. Initials are CO. Baseball player. Also was a manager for a while, a pitching coach, I believe. And he answered my questions. In fact, those are some really good answers. Let me show you the cards. This comes from Claude Osteen. Look at that penmanship. That's gorgeous. On the 1960. I believe his rookie's 59. So this would be a second year. Claude Osteen. Card looks fantastic. Very happy to find this card in this condition. And he used the pouch, so these came back in great shape. And got a couple others from the 70s. Here's his 1972 with the Dodgers. Love the 72 set. I actually have a ComC order on the way to my house now that has a couple other Claude Osteen cards. I think there's a couple 60s and maybe a couple 70s in there, so I might be sending out to Mr. Osteen a couple months from now again. This is the 1973. I love that photo. That's probably spring training or something, but a great image. Love the penmanship. That's awesome. So there we go. Great return from Mr. Osteen. Let me open up the letter. So look at that. Look at that answer. What was the greatest moment of your career? It says, winning 20 games was a goal of starting pitchers. Having done it twice put me in the great pitcher category. But I topped that by a 4-hit shutout in the third game of the 1965 World Series by a score of 4-0. And then who was the best player you ever played against? He says Willie Mays. Fantastic answers. I love that. So thank you so much, Mr. Osteen, for taking the time to answer the questions and sign these cards. Very cool return. Very happy to get this. All right, so this next one actually came in today. This one comes from Santa Clarita, California. Initials are MM. This is another baseball player. Use the pouch. This is from Manny Mota. It's a great looking autograph. Got him on this 1964. It's a gorgeous looking card. Almost looks pack fresh. Very nice. And also got him on the 67, I believe. Yeah. And the 1971. Here he is with the Dodgers. And he was a really good hitter. With the Dodgers, he was like a pinch hitting specialist. I think he retired with the most pinch hits in history. And I think it's been broken by two players now. If I remember, it was Mark Sweeney and Lenny Randle, I believe. But a very nice hitter. I think he had I want to say 307 career batting average or something like that. So really nice hitter. Very happy to get this return. Thank you so much, Mr. Mota. All right, this next one, very happy to get this one back. This comes from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Initials RF. And one of these completed dual SIG for me. Very happy about that. Did not sign the index cards, but that's okay. We have Roy Face, Elroy Face. Here we have him right here. I believe this is a 1960. This is the Fork and Knuckler, Roy Face, and Hall of Famer Hoyt Wilhelm. There's the signature right there, Elroy Face. Very happy to get that back. I did not have any solo Roy Face cards in my collection. I've been looking for some for a while now on ComC, and they seem to be a little overpriced for me, at least when I consider the condition of the card and then the price. So I've been holding off on that, but very happy to get them on this 1961 Buck Hill Aces. There's that Vern Law autograph I showed a couple weeks ago. Vern Law, Cy Young, and World Series champs 1960. And then we got Elroy Face right there. Very happy to get this one back. Go ahead and show you the backs. Sorry about the glare. I'm not sure if I showed the back of this one, but there you go. I might have. So, awesome return. Thank you so much, Mr. Face. Very happy to get that. All right, this next one, this is a current NHLer from Denver, Colorado. Shout out to Uncanny Swag and Dave. I actually sent this individual 3 cards. He kept 2, sent 1 back. Initials are K or CM. And we got Cale Makar. Got him here on the 21-22 Upper Deck canvas. That's great. Love this. I'm not even sure what the other 2 cards were, but very happy to get this one back signed. He's been a great signer over the last couple weeks. I know that Zach's Collections got an autograph from him as well, and very happy to get this. This is a great return. If I remember right, it's the first current player autograph that I've received since returning back to TTMing, so very happy to get that. Like to send out a couple more to him in the future, including a rookie card. I do have 1 rookie card, I think. Might be his marquee rookie. Love to get that signed at some point. This last one, this one was actually a surprise. I actually had an extra couple stamps and was kind of looking through my cards, and I said, you know what? Why not? This individual charges. I knew he charged. But I thought, why not? If he sends them back, no big deal. But if he signs it, man, that would be awesome. And he did. He signed one. So this is from Santa Ana, California. Initials are JP, Baseball Hall of Famer. Very appreciative, and I sort of feel lucky that I did get this back. How about this? Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. Got him right here in the 1972, 1971 AL ERA leaders. And I do believe Wilbur Wood signs as well. R.I.P. Vita Blue. But very happy to get this back. I'm not sure if he's 10 or 20 per, but very appreciative that he took the time to sign that. And I also sent him the 1970. This is the 69 American ERA leaders. Dick Bosman's a good signer. I'm not sure about Mike Cuellar. And then, if I could get Jim Palmer to sign that, that would be great. But, yeah, very happy, surprised to get this one back, and I can't thank Mr. Palmer enough for signing that for me. All right, so that's the TTMs for the week. Let me go ahead and start with this really cool set. So this set, I've been looking at a couple cards from this set for a while, and there's not a whole lot of, the sets as a whole posted on eBay. You might get one every couple months. And there was actually one probably 2 or 3 months ago that I had a bid on, and then I got busy. And, as usually happens, I was outbid at the last second and lost out on it. And so I had to wait a couple months until another one popped up. But fortunately, one did, and I was able to win it this time. Yeah, this is the 1939 Film and Stage Beauty set. There were actually 2 cards in here that I was most anxious to get. One of them I actually purchased the tobacco card version, so it's basically the tobacco card size. They made two versions of this set. One was sort of tobacco card sized, and the other one was almost looks like the shape of like a Gaudi or something, sort of square. But yeah, these are the large. This is the large version, and let me go ahead and start showing some of these cards. Now, I did write a little bit of something about a couple of the actresses in here, but there's really only two major cards in here. The other one, and there's some decent actresses and stuff, but I mostly wrote notes focusing on the two major ones. But let me go ahead and show these. So this is Barbara Reed, and so these are all real photographs, as it says on the back, a series of real photographs now being issued with Black Cat medium cigarettes. Carrera's Limited. So these are, I guess, Carrera's Film and Stage Beauties. That's how I've been looking them up. And this is a really cool photo right there with Barbara Reed and a dog. Very cool. And so a lot of these are, sort of like glamour shots, or, so some of them are somewhat risque, I guess. Next, we've got Ann Peterson, especially for a set that came out in the 1930s. But I just love the imagery in this set. And as with a lot of these sets, if you're looking for a couple cards in the set, in a lot of cases, you're better off just buying the complete set, because you'll be paying a similar price if you pick up a couple as if you were to buy the set. You just have to sort of be patient, especially with this one. So next we've got Dorothy White, showing a little bit of leg there. You haven't seen much like this on my channel, that's for sure. But I just love the imagery of this set. Real photographs. And that's even cooler. So next we got Marcia. And these are in really nice shape for 1939. So a couple of them have some staining on the back, but none of them have creases. So very, very grateful to have found a set like this in this condition. Next, we've got Barbara Beach. Guess that's sort of a bathing suit. Hopefully you're able to see these fairly well. All right, next we've got Ruth Reed. This almost looks like a beauty pageant pose or something. Mildred Barth. I tried to look up, every card in this set and tried to find out a little bit about each individual. A lot of the stage beauties, I guess, there's next to nothing on them. So it really didn't make a whole lot of sense to do a big write up on some of these. That's why I pretty much focused on the two major ones that were in here. This is Renee Russell, definitely showing some leg there. Rose's Casa Mañana. And they actually have a picture of the, I guess the cigarette pack that these would come in, or at the very least, not the larger ones, but for the tobacco sized ones. When I was looking up the set, they don't even actually have these larger ones on Trading Card Database yet. They just have the smaller versions. But it was cool to see the cigarette pack that these actually came in, and just kind of tells you how hard it must have been to complete one of these sets. This is a 54 card set, so it must have been difficult to put this together. This is Connie Constant. That's an interesting photo. Hopefully y'all are enjoying seeing these. I definitely love the imagery. This is Dorothy Francis. Next we have Ginger Johnson. Also Roses Casamanana. Next we've got Cirilla Bell. I think that's how you say that. That one's got a little bit of staining, I think, down at the bottom. Not sure what that is. Actually, there's another one up there. So maybe at one point this was in a binder of some kind with the tabs that you kind of slide it into. But most of them don't have any marks like that. So next we have Vivian Francis. Oh, there's actually, I say that, and then there's two of them right here. Let me see. Yeah, that just looks like, it almost looks like something just started leaking onto it or something. Not sure. Like ink or something. Next, we've got Lori Lane. This one's definitely got some staining on the back right here. Next, we've got Diana Gibson. She was actually in a movie with John Wayne called Adventure's End in 1937. That was the note that I put down for her. But she only acted from 1935 to 39, and this set came out in 39, so didn't have a really long career. Next, we have Annabella. She was a French actress. She was in 46 films. She actually acted with Henry Fonda and James Cagney in a couple movies. So she was pretty notable. Shout out to undrafted player Fabian. Wonder if you've heard of Annabella. I'm not very familiar with her. That's a great image with the dog. Love it. All right, so this is the one. This is the main one that I wanted to get, and I would have bought this individually if I could have found it at the right price. I was not able to. I actually had purchased the smaller version, and it's right here. This is the smaller version, Hedy Lamarr, and this is in fantastic shape. But one of the main reasons I wanted to buy this set was for this card right here. Same photo, just much larger. Let me give you an idea. There you go. So definitely a lot wider and a little bit taller. But yeah, this was the main reason I wanted to get this set. If you remember, when I showed this card when I purchased it, I gave it a little bit of a synopsis of Hedy Lamarr. She was absolutely amazing. She was an actress from the 30s to the 50s. She appeared in movies opposite stars such as Spencer Tracy, Clark Gable, and Judy Garland, among others. Her biggest role was as Delilah in the 1949 film Samson and Delilah, which was the highest grossing film of 1950 and the third highest grossing film ever at the time. In 1933, Lamar appeared in a controversial Czechoslovakian film called Ecstasy, which was possibly the first non-pornographic film to portray sexual intercourse and the female orgasm on screen, although only the actresses' faces were shown. Lamar was also an inventor, and after reading that radio-controlled torpedoes had been proposed, she thought that an enemy could possibly jam a torpedo's guidance system. She discussed the idea with a friend, composer and pianist George Antheil, and they came up with the idea that a frequency hopping signal could possibly prevent a torpedo's radio guidance system from being tracked or jammed. Antheil succeeded by synchronizing a miniature player piano mechanism with radio signals. The frequency hopping system would use a perforated paper tape which actuated pneumatic controls, and that was actually part of a player piano already. And so once they had come up with this idea, they actually hired a engineer from Caltech to fully complete the design, and then they hired a law firm to make sure that nobody had come up with the idea up to that point, and get the patent, which they were able to do. And although the U.S. Navy, or hold on, I skipped past. Although no nation was using radio-controlled torpedoes at the time, and the U.S. Navy did not adopt the technology until the 1960s, the principles of their work are incorporated into Bluetooth and GPS technologies, and are similar to methods used in legacy versions of CDMA and Wi-Fi. And in 2014, both Hedy Lamarr and George Antheil were inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. So, fantastic individual. She was one of the larger actresses during her day, and I want to say that her agency was trying to dub her as the most beautiful woman in the world. I think it was what they said. So interesting individual, and I find her story fascinating. So very happy to get this card and sort of complete the two cards that she had from this collection, and yeah, definitely happy to get that. So the other card that I was excited to get is this next one. This one is Sonja Henie. And Sonja Henie is the greatest women's figure skater in history. And let me go ahead and show you the card. It's in very nice shape, as is the Hedy Lamarr. I'm not even sure if I showed you the back of that. Let me show you these together. Yeah. Fantastic condition. Very happy with this one. Let me tell you a little bit about Sonja Henie. So Sonja Henie was a figure skater and actor. She was a 3-time Olympic champion in women's singles in 1928, 1932, and 1936. She was a 10-time world champion from 1927 all the way to 1936. She was a 6-time European champion from 1931 to 36. She has more Olympic and world titles than any other ladies figure skater. She is one of only 2 skaters to defend her singles Olympic title, the other being Katarina Witt, and her 6 European titles are also tied with Witt for the most in history. And Henie was also one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood at the height of her career. She was inducted into the World Figure Skating Hall of Fame in 1976 and was inducted into the International Women's Sports Hall of Fame in 1982. So, anytime you can get a card, especially of this age, from somebody that was the best of their sport, you got to be excited about it. And so super happy to get this. Great imagery right here. And did not have any of her cards, so I'm definitely happy that this was in this collection. And this, I was looking for basically these two, and I would have bought them by themselves. And if I had done that, if I was even able to find them, it probably would have cost me about the same amount as this entire set. So I have no issues buying the whole set. All right, so moving on to the next one. We've got Kathleen Cummings. Paradise Restaurant. I wonder if that's where she was working on stage. Several of the cards have, something written right there below their name. And I would guess that means that they were probably a stage beauty as opposed to a film star. But I wasn't able to verify that. Next, we've got Natalie Hinn. Next, we've got Julie Jenner. Schubert Productions. Next, we've got Maxine Moore. Hollywood Restaurant. Next, we've got Cecilia Goldstein. A little bit of staining on this one. Pretty much all the way around. Doesn't look too bad, though. The front's nice and clean. All right, next we've got Madeline Eklund. This is Martin's Paradise Riviera. And again, we've got a little bit of an indication that this might have been in a binder at some point. Next, we've got Marion Dolan. International Casino. Next, we've got Patricia Dawn. That's certainly an artistic photo. All right, next, we've got Jackie Day. Paradise Restaurant. All right, let me go ahead and move this out of the way. And move over the next stack. All right, so next we've got Judy Puck. Hollywood Restaurant. Next, we've got Margot Linder. That's definitely risque for the 30s. That's a lot of skin. This is Rosa's Casa Manana. There's quite a few of those. All right, next, we've got Dorothy Mitchell Hedges. I was looking this individual up on Google, and I kept seeing stuff about the crystal skulls. I think the crystal skulls might have been discovered by Mitchell and Hedges. Next, we've got Cheryl Walker. Next, we've got Helen Anderson. Next, we've got Beryl Wallace. Jean Darling. Or Jean, not sure. Next, we've got Ina Brown. This is another well-known actress. I've received several of her cards in various film sets. This is Merle Oberon. Definitely a well-known actress. It's a great photo. Looks like she's running by the ocean or something. Very cool. Love that. And next we've got Mamo Clark. And she's another notable actress. I believe she's from Hawaii. Next we've got Myra Sheldon. Hollywood Restaurant. There's been quite a few of those as well. Next, we've got Grace Adrian. That is definitely risque. Look at that. This one tops the the one I just showed. This is Jackie Gately. Wow, that's almost lingerie. Paradise Restaurant. All right, next we've got Betty Benson. Next we've got Grace Gillern. And it looks like she had a fairly long career. I thought I saw some credits that were almost in the 70s for her. She was Rose's Casa Manana as well. Next, we've got Gary Miles. Hollywood Restaurant. Next, we've got Georgie Butler. This is another notable Hollywood actress, Lola Jensen. It's a cool image right there. As is this one, Ilona Massey. I don't believe she is related to Raymond Massey, but she had a really long career and was in several notable movies. That's a great image with the dog and the waves in the background. Love that. All right, next we've got Virginia Blair. Next we've got Alma Bray. That's a great photo. I love the background in this one. That's great. All right, next we've got Marille DeForest. Probably butchered that. All right, next we've got Margaret Goldie. And next we've got Juliet Compton. And she was a pretty known actress. Paramount. That's a cool background. And next we've got Mary McGuire. I was reading about her, and I guess she's related to the McGuire sisters, who were kind of known for their high-profile marriages, but I don't believe she was married to any high-profile individuals herself, but her sisters were. And we're talking like royalty and stuff, but she had a short, relatively short movie career. Warner Brothers. And next we've got Lloyd Astrid. And lastly, we have Anita Louise. I love this imagery right here. Sitting on a table with an umbrella. Really cool. She was also a notable actress. Warner Brothers. So there we go. That's the 1939 film and stage beauty set. Hope you enjoyed seeing that. Certainly happy I was able to find it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next 50 cards of the 1977-78 Topps hockey set. And I already have them ready to go. So we've got Ron Schuck. Card 51. I got to put them right here so I can keep them in order. And I'm going to butcher the names for sure. Got Gary Croteau, Colorado Rockies. Very cool. Croteau. Something like that. Got Jerry Meehan. Love this image. Ed Staniowski. Very cool. Love that. All right, next we've got a Hall of Famer. Phil Esposito on the New York Rangers. Very nice. Next, we've got Dennis Ververgert. Rick Wilson. Jim Lawrence. We got Bob Schmautz. This one's kind of got a rough corner. I believe I have this on my list to replace at some point. Next, we've got another Hall of Famer with a bum corner, Guy Lapointe. Got the same sort of corner damage as the other card. I don't know if you can see that. I can't catch it. There we go. Down there. Had a hard time getting that in the light, but it's not too bad. I mean, certainly a great placeholder. And he's a Hall of Famer. Next, we've got Ivan Boldyrev. This one's got a little bit of a wax stain. But as I said during the showing of the first 50 cards from this set, I don't mind a couple of these having a wax stain. Sort of gives me the nostalgia of, how cards used to be packaged. So I definitely don't mind, especially, some of the more common players having a little wax stain on them. That's okay with me. All right, next we've got Mr. Islander, Bob Nystrom. Fantastic TTM signer. I don't plan on sending any of the cards from this set out to get TTMs. If I do, it'll be because I purchased an additional card. I want to keep this set non-signed, I guess. Next, we got Rick Hampton. Was it Cleveland Barons? Yeah. Next, we've got Jack Valaket. This one's got a little bit of a wax stain as well. Next, we've got a sleeved up Hall of Famer, Bernie Perrant. Love this card. I hope he starts signing again. That would be fantastic. I got several of his cards I'd love to get signed. But it doesn't look like he's signed for a while. I'll just leave this one like this. All right, next we've got Dave Burrows. Butch Goring. Very nice. Next, we got a checklist. This was one of the replacements I had to get on ComC, and this one's got a crease right here, right where the ComC watermark was, so I couldn't see it. It's got a crease in it. Otherwise, it looks fantastic. But I'll definitely have to get a replacement for this, and I already have it on the list. All right, next we got Murray Wilson. Now, I do have this card, the O-Pee-Chee version. Another Hall of Famer, Ed Giacomin. And he's another individual that was a great signer at one point. Doesn't look like he's signing right now. but I'd love to get a couple of his cards signed for sure. All right, next we've got some team photos, and I think these are just fantastic. I'll show you the back so you can kind of get an idea of, some of the players that are in the photograph. They definitely have more players on the team than are actually in the set. We'll go with the Atlanta Flames. Give you a good look at that. And this one's definitely horribly off center on the back. Pretty much miscut. It doesn't look too bad on the front. All right, next we got this Boston Bruins team card. Definitely some Hall of Famers in that photo. And look at this one. That's a big list. Johnny Busick, Wayne Cashman, Jerry Cheevers, Gilbert, Rick Middleton, Brad Park, Jean Rattel. Great names. Great names. Very nice. All right, next we got the Buffalo Sabres. Another really nice checklist. Perot's probably the biggest name on there. Unless I missed one. Very nice. Next, we got the Chicago Blackhawks. Tony Esposito, Dennis Hall, Stan Mikita, Bobby Orr. Yeah, Bobby Orr on the Blackhawks. That's definitely strange. Very cool. Next, we got the Cleveland Barons. Kind of a short list. Next, we got the Colorado Rockies. Sorry about the focus. Next, the Detroit Red Wings. Got Ed Giacomin, Polinick, Rick Wilson. Next, we got the LA Kings. Marcel Dion, Rogie Vachon, Butch Goring. Very cool. Next, we got the Minnesota North Stars. Next, we got the Montreal Canadiens. Another nice list. Bouchard, Cornway, Dryden, Lafleur, Lapointe, Lemaire, Mahavlik, Robinson, Savard, Shutt. Wow. Tremblay. That team's loaded. Loaded. Thought I saw a crease, but there's no crease. Must be the lighting. Very nice. Next, we got the New York Islanders. Got some good names on the back of that. Next, we got the New York Rangers. Phil Esposito, Rod Gilbert, Bertone. Got the Philadelphia Flyers. Got Bill Barber, Bobby Clark, Rick LaPointe, McLeish, Perrant. Nice list. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kehoe, Sil Apps, Pronovost, or however you say it. The St. Louis Blues. Kind of a short list. Sorry about the focus. I think it's focusing on the ones in the back. I might have to move those. Let me move these out of the way. All right, next, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is a huge team. Look at all the players, managers, probably trainers, all sorts of people in that. They even put a guy that I guess was missing in the photo. And then the list is kind of small, but some big names there. I'm still having an issue there. We got Lanny McDonald, Paul Matier, Selming, Sittler. Some big names there. And let me move this back in here. I don't think that's the reason for the focus issues. All right, next we got the Vancouver Canucks. The Washington Capitals. Next we got Keith Magnuson. Walt Tzuk. However you say that. That's not Tkachuk, is it? I think it's spelled differently. Next, we got Bill Nyrop. Michel Plus. Probably butchered that. Got Bob Bourne. Next, we got Lee Fogelin. Only a few more to go. That was card 94. Got card 95. Got Greg Shepard. Very nice. Got card, was this 96? Heartland Monahan. Next, we've got Kurt Bennett. Got Bob Daly. Card 99 is Bill Goldsworthy. And the final card of this next 50, Ken Dryden, Hall of Famer. Very nice. One of the better cards in the set. It's in really nice shape too. Centering isn't too bad. Sharp corners. Very nice. So that's the next 50. So we're through the first 100 cards of the set, and I'll be showing 50 cards probably next week if we have time. And I don't remember how many cards are in the set. Let me see if I can find the list. Might be 262, I believe. So still got 162 to go or so. All right, let me move these off to the side. All right, and the last thing I will be showing are these absolutely amazing cards that I purchased from Canada. Now, I showed several Japanese cards last week, but I definitely saved the best cards for last. There are 2 Japanese legends here, and then I also have 2 autographed hockey cards of 1 Hall of Famer. Let me go ahead and show the the Japanese cards. And this first one, this is a 1963 Manko JCM 14F of Katsuya Nomura. This is bat on the right, and this is hand cut. And you won't believe the grade on this. How about a mint 9 on a hand cut card? You've got to be kidding me. I mean, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just a gorgeous looking card. And Nomura is one of the greatest Japanese baseball players of all time. No doubt. And that's the back. Let me go ahead and set this down and tell you a little bit about Nomura, since it's been a while since I've showed any of his cards. But he had a batting average of .277. He had 2,901 hits, 657 home runs, 1,988 RBIs. He was a 5-time Pacific League MVP in 1961, 63, 65, 66, and 73. He He was a two-time Japan Series champ in 1959 and 1964. He won the MPB Triple Crown in 1965. He was a 9-time Pacific League home run leader in 1957 and then 1961 through 1968. He was a 7-time Pacific League RBI leader from 1962 through 1967 and 1972. He was a 19-time Best Nine award winner. He was a 2-time All-Star Series MVP in 1972 and 1977. He was, as a manager, he was a 3-time Japan Series champ in 1993, 95, and 97. He won the Matsutaro Shiriki Award in 1993, and he has the second most home runs, hits, and RBIs in MPB history. He was voted into the Hall of Fame in 1989, and he played 26 seasons. So definitely an amazing player, and Canada, this card's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just absolutely floored by this card. Definitely one of the favorites in my collection for sure. Just incredible, absolutely incredible. All right. So the other card that I wanted to show was 1963 Manko. This is the JCM 13C. Of course, Sadaharu O, probably not probably the greatest Japanese baseball player ever. And this has a Marusho flag back, and this is also hand cut. And this is an EX5. Definitely a gorgeous looking card. The centering might have been what got this, but just a fantastic looking image. Sort of starting that flamingo swing that he has, that he's known for. I love batting cage shots. Just a fantastic image right there. And there's the back. Sorry about the glare. Let me set this down and tell you a little bit about Sadaharu O. So he had a .301 batting average, 2,786 hits, 868 home runs, 2,170 RBIs, 84 stolen bases. He was an 11-time Japan Series champ as a player, 1961, 1963, and then 1965 through 1973. He was a 9-time Central League MVP, 64, 65, 67, 69, 70, 73, 74, 76, and 77. He was a 2-time Japanese Triple Crown winner in 1973 and 74. He was a 3-time professional sports grand prize winner in 1974, 76, and 77. He hit for the cycle in 1963. As a manager, he was a 2-time Japan Series champ in 1999 and 2003. And as an executive, he was a 7-time Japan Series champ, 2011, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. He owns the world record for home runs, 868. He's got the Japanese record for career RBIs, 2,170, and OPS, 1.079, and also base on balls, 2,390, slugging percentage, 634. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1994. He was a 15-time home run champ, an 18-time All-Star, 5-time batting champ. He held the single-season home run record of 55, which he set in 1964, until Vladimir Valentin hit 60 and broke the record in 2013. Also hit 50 home runs 2 more times in 1973 and 1977. So just an incredible, incredible talent. The greatest in Japanese baseball history, Sadaharu O. And I don't have very many of his cards because they're incredibly expensive. And just love this card. Absolutely love this card. Very happy to get this. Again, Canada, I can't thank you enough for this incredible card. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so those are the two Japanese cards. The last two are hockey, and they're both the same player. These are fantastic. First, we've got the 1965 Topps Alex Delvecchio, autographed with the Hall of Fame inscription, 1977. And this is graded a near mint to mint 8, authentic autograph. That's the card grade. The autograph's just been authenticated. Near mint 8 on a 1965. What a gorgeous card. And this is a fantastic looking set too. Absolutely love it. Look at the back. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, these cards are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Love it, love it, love it. And the last one, and the last card of this video. We've got a 1968 Topps Alex Delvecchio as well, autographed. Hall of Fame, 1977. Again, I love this set, the imagery. Love the background illustrations. Just a fantastic set. And again, near mint to mint 8 grade, authentic autograph. Two 1960s Alex Delvecchios, graded near mint to mint 8. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm definitely not the biggest grader fan. I've got graded cards. I'll buy graded cards. But it almost seems like a scam to me. If I'm being completely honest. I respect what they're doing, but something just doesn't seem right to me with grading cards and stuff like that. I like it more for the protection of the card than the grade, if that makes any sense. But I don't mind having graded cards. I certainly respect the grades. It seems like a flawed system to me. That's really, hopefully that makes sense. But I don't submit cards. I don't actively look to submit cards. There might be a time or two that I might do that, but if I were to do that, it would probably mean that I wanted to sell the card. That would be the only reason that I would feel the need to grade a card, is if I was going to turn around and sell it. Otherwise, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But what an amazing card. And again, Canada, I can't thank you enough for these absolutely incredible cards that I showed last week and this week. Super excited to get these and add them to the collection. They're just absolutely incredible. So anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Sorry for that last second rant. But until next time, thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.